Welcome to the stage of the most massive and intense intellectual debate in human history. Today, we take our first step into the ocean of the Talmud, the colossal pillar that has sustained the spiritual history of mankind and a boundless treasury of wisdom. Ahead of us lies a monumental journey, Daf Yomi. For the next 7 years and 5 months exactly, 2,711 days, we will traverse one page of the Talmud every single day. This is not merely a process of acquiring ancient knowledge. It is a rigorous spiritual training and an intellectual expedition designed to fundamentally restructure our thought processes and completely transform the lens through which we view this complex world. The historic first page that opens this grand overture is Berakhot 2a. Across 2 millennia, this vast reservoir of wisdom throws a surprisingly simple, even humble, question at us. From what time may we recite the evening prayer? Some might tilt their heads in confusion. Why does the exact timing matter so much? Is time not just a sequence? Can't we just pray when the sun sets and it gets dark? But to the people of 2,000 years ago, time was not just a set of flickering digits on a smartphone. It was the rhythm of the universe designed by the divine, the only coordinate through which a human being could find their spiritual place within the cosmic order. In an era without electricity or precision clocks, the descent of pitch-black darkness brought a primal encounter with fear. The sages of Israel focused intently on that fleeting moment when the light fades, the spiritual boundary where the fierce struggle of day ends and the sacred rest of night begins. Where exactly should we draw that line? This question is, in fact, a sharp and timeless challenge thrown at us living today. How do you define the end of your day? In the meaningless flow of time, when do you finally return to your true self? If we cannot define our own time, we become mere slaves swept away by its waves. The Talmud begins its vast story by reclaiming this sovereignty of time. Instead of a common natural sign like when the stars appear, the rabbis present a strikingly unique and symbolic standard. From the time the priests enter to eat their sacred offering, the terumah, we must focus on 3 key words here: the priest, the ritual bath, and the sacred offering. The priest, serving in the ancient temple, was exposed to the noise and impurities of the secular world all day long. Though he held a holy office, he was also a human who had to walk through the dust of the mundane. Before he could return to a state of holiness to consume the terumah, he had to undergo a vital ritual, complete immersion in the Mikvah, the ritual bath. In Hebrew, Mikvah shares its root with hope. To submerge one's body in the water is a symbolic death and rebirth. It is the act of sinking all the secular anxieties and impurities of the day and emerging as a completely new being. The Talmud defines the beginning of night as that exact moment when the priest emerges and finally tastes the sacred food. This is a staggering insight. Night does not simply arrive because the sun has set. Spiritual night only begins when a human being actively decides to wash away the self and makes a conscious, sovereign choice to embrace the sacred. If your mind is still loud with the noise of the day, your night has not yet arrived. What purification ritual are you performing at the end of your day? Beyond just changing your clothes, are you washing away the after images of the day from your soul? Rest without washing is not true. Rest, it is merely suspended labor. The Talmud compels us, if you wish to gain the peace of the night, first, bury the you of the day beneath the water. This sense of disconnection and transition is the most noble ability that distinguishes humans from animals. The text of the Talmud is never easy. Instead of providing a single correct answer, it records the debates of numerous rabbis, throwing us into a whirlwind of thought. In the text, other intriguing standards appear, and the debate catches fire. Someone argues that the time a poor man enters to eat, his bread should be the standard. The beggar's table and the priest's table, this sharp contrast holds the essence of the Talmud. The poor man's meal is a primal act of survival. In ancient times, the poor had to rush home because they couldn't afford oil for lamps. Their time is passive, pushed by environment and necessity. The priest's meal, however, is intentional, refined, and spiritual. The Talmud places the priest's time first as a powerful warning. Your life must not be a mere reaction to survival. Do not just sleep because you are tired, or wake because the sun is up. Like the priest, you must consciously distinguish your state and become the intellectual creator who draws the lines of your own time. For 2,000 years, the Jewish people have repeated this debate, rewiring their very brain structures. They learned how to never lose the sense of being the master of their time. No matter how harsh the environment, they learned to create order with their will, rather than just conforming to circumstances. This is one of the secrets that made them the most resilient survivors in history. Now, let us project this ancient wisdom through the lens of 2026 science. The core cause of modern ailments, insomnia, anxiety, and burnout, is what neuroscience calls cognitive residue. Physically, we have left the office, but our brains are still at the conference table. Our nervous systems are still wrestling with a supervisor's criticism or an unfinished task list. Task switching consumes massive amounts of energy. When this transition fails, the brain keeps idling in day mode, causing severe neural fatigue. The priest submerging in the mikvah is, in modern psychological terms, psychological detachment. It is a deliberate shutdown of the active mode to reset the brain. The sages knew this 2,000 years ago. Attempting to enter rest without washing away the day is like touching sacred objects with filthy hands. How are you resetting your brain tonight? Is your purification ritual scrolling through a smartphone, stimulating your neurons even more? Or is it entering a space of profound silence? Rest is an intellectual trophy we win by actively washing away the remnants of the day. A soul that is not washed can never experience the healing power of the night. Are you ready to wash away the emails, the messages, and the residues of competition from your soul? It is time to transplant this wisdom into your life. We are not ancient priests, but we have a tool far more powerful: intentional action. Design your own purification ritual tonight. It can be small. Before you turn the doorknob to your home, close your eyes for 30 seconds and declare, "The noise of the day ends outside this door." As you wash your hands, visualize the stress and the emotions of the day flowing down the drain. Even the act of taking off your shoes can be a declaration. I have returned from being a warrior of the world to being an observer of my soul. When these small acts repeat, your brain begins to recognize the transition. Time is not a river that just flows. It becomes meaningful history only when we draw the lines. Draw your line tonight and say, "Up to here was my day, from here begins my sacred night." I salute you for completing the first day of this 2,711-day journey. I hope our conversation tonight makes your night a little deeper and more sacred. Tomorrow, on Berakhot 3, we will dive into the secret of the 3 watches of the night and the shocking story of why the divine weeps at midnight. May your night be filled not with darkness, but with light. I will see you again tomorrow. Have a peaceful night.